From training with freedivers to learning parkour and even filming underwater, Avatar: The Way of Water was one of the most challenging and game-changing films ever made. Here's how the greatest 3D film of all time came to life. Welcome to Explained. After 13 years, it's time to go back to the world of Pandora and live amongst the Na'vi. Like the first movie, James Cameron's second film was also a massive production. So what makes it a bigger masterpiece? A lot of it was literally filmed underwater. So the physical challenges the actors overcame, combined with the unique performance capture systems, is absolutely insane. But how exactly did James Cameron pull this off? For starters, the actors' physical abilities were pushed to the limit. They learned skills like archery.
I can only shoot like a Na'vi. I cannot do archery like a human.
And even parkour. And this, which was particularly difficult for actors like 71-year-old Sigourney Weaver, who plays a teenager.
All the diving and the parkour and all those things, I was determined that I could do everything everyone else could.
But the most challenging was filming entire scenes underwater. Usually in films, underwater scenes are filmed on dry land. Remember this scene from the first Avatar film, where a Thanator chases Jake over a waterfall? You can see the stuntman landing in the water and then mimicking the motion of being swept away by the current. Then he swims underwater and up to the surface and is pushed towards an object. While this technique may have worked for a short scene, Cameron had to find a more natural way to film longer underwater scenes in Avatar 2.
The way of water connects all things.
So he literally had the cast train with freedivers in Hawaii for months. They learned special techniques to hold their breath for several minutes and stay calm.
We did work with world-renowned freedivers that train Navy SEALs. He gets us in a meditative state, and he helps us lower our heart rate. He helps us learn how to, through breathing techniques, like put a lot more oxygen into our bloodstream and eliminate a lot more, carbon dioxide, so that we can sustain our breath.
But the natural urge to breathe can be strong. So Kirk Crack, a highly skilled diving professional and coach, taught them how to distract themselves if that happened.
When the desire to breathe comes, he called it the dirty villain. And you ignore the dirty villain, you go, ha, you, go away. And then you try to do all these mind games, like I used to paint myself blue, pretend, and then I'd sing Speed Bunny Boat, like a, bird on the wing, and anything you can do to keep from thinking about, I really want to breathe.
In fact, some of the actors set records on set, with Sigourney Weaver doing a breath hold for 6.5 minutes, and Kate Winslet holding her breath for 7 minutes and 15 seconds.
Am I dead?
Alive. You're very much alive.
What was that?
What do you think it was?
I don't know. It could have been 6:10. It could have been 7:10.
It was 7:15.
If you've enjoyed the video so far and want to see more of these, hit that like button and subscribe to Explained. Actors also had to master acting out emotional scenes underwater and avoid blinking as much as possible. And this wasn't an easy trick either.
Your movements are very, very different underwater. So rather than sort of sculling all the time or desperately trying to kick your legs to sort of stay in one place, finding that serenity and that calm, that's another thing. So there's all of that to take care of first.
What Jim asked us to do, which was, I thought, hard, was when you're underneath the water, you can't go, you have to pretend you're so happy, you have to go.
While professional underwater gymnasts performed the dance scenes for the movie, the actors had to learn to perform natural fluid movements for other scenes. And to help them move faster and more efficiently when needed, the actors had jetpacks strapped to their hands. They also had underwater scooters that looked like rideable aquatic creatures.
They called me, and because they had these creatures and stuff underwater, and they wanted to make the creatures move. And I had these underwater scooters. I did a movie for Bethany Hamilton, and I turned it into a shark. So the Avatar, when it first started out, they rented a bunch of my underwater scooters, which go like 20 knots or 18 knots underwater really fast, and you can jump out of the water like a dolphin. So they rented those from me, and then they discovered that they probably needed like 30 of them.
The technology behind Avatar is equally mind-blowing. James Cameron built a gigantic pool in the studio that could hold 3.4 million liters or 900,000 gallons of water. That's almost 1.5 Olympic swimming pools or 18,900